So she starts walking around with weird socks. But then she takes it a step further. She takes her socks, every morning she takes a picture of them, and she puts them on an intranet, and with a little saying, like a motivational quote, like, feel the fear and do it anyway, that kind of stuff. And with her picture and her title. So one day, she's walking down the hall, going to lunch, and like one of the big guys, big senior executive. This is a company with a lot of people like you guys. Certain people you're not going to just run into typically. And she's walking, she's like, oh my God, it's him. And he's like, hi, hello. And he goes, hey, aren't you the engineer who wears the weird socks? And she was like, why, yes, I am. And he said, well, what do you have on today? And she's like, I have on these. And he's like, oh, I love those. And she's like, how do you know about my socks? Remember, she's 26, only been at the company for about a year and a half. This guy's like way ivory tower, senior VP level. The chances of them crossing paths would be pretty limited. He goes, every morning when I come into work, my admin shows me what socks you're wearing and what quote you shared. And now, you were the topic of conversation at dinner last night because my teenage son and daughter, they're watching what socks you wear and what quotes you have, and we talked about it at dinner last night. Like, she's totally enmeshed in this guy's life, right? It's so funny. And he said, and she's like, well, oh, and then also what started happening is people that didn't even know her started going to her cubicle and leaving socks that she didn't know. Like little notes from people, like she's in engineering and like somebody from accounting or HR comes by and leaves a Post-it note. Saw these at Target, thought of you. And they're like light up Christmas socks or, with Valentine's Day coming, thought you'd want these. And there's socks with hearts on them. All of a sudden they started coming in. All these people around the company got to know her. So in that little tryst, tryst, is that the right word? That's bad, right? Okay, yeah. In that running into each other in the hall situation, all of a sudden I was like, oh. He said, what are you doing? She said, I'm going to lunch. He said, are you starving? And she said, no. And he said, great. I want you to come to a meeting. Because we were just talking about how we needed a young engineer, and we weren't sure who we were going to pick, a young engineer to come to this planning and development meeting and sit in. And she's like, all right, here we go. Let's go. She ends up being a part of a team that went into a product development cycle that had not been done at that level in 20 years. On a team, an elite team of like 15 people. That's all they did. Then the town hall came, all hands. They come out to the global. They come out, they webcast it, right? The whole bit. They're up on the stage, and the CEO himself goes, and here's my team, and so-and-so, show us your socks. And she's all, woo! What happened in a split second? What happened in a split second? Almost every single person in that company across the globe knew who she was. Brilliant branding.